sleepy men, where we're going to do as many personal attention and triggery ASMR things that are stereotypically male-friendly, such as we're going to shower you with compliments. We're going to measure you for a suit. We're going to shave your chin. We're going to maybe create a dream, maybe a romantic dream for you. Lots of compliments, kisses, cuddles, just all the nice, lovely, relaxing stuff to help you fall asleep, to help you feel loved, to help you feel cared for, to make you feel happy, and just ready for a really nice sleep. I hope that you are doing well today, and had a wonderful weekend. It rained so heavy here. There was lots of water, floods, lots of rain, but I was able to enjoy a relaxing weekend at home. It was raining outside, and I took a relaxing walk in a nearby forest with the dogs while it was still wet but not so heavy. And I loved the sounds walking on the leaves and the smell of the damp forest. It smelled really green. Maybe you understand what I mean. But there was this really earthy, calming scent. It was quiet, and you could hear the drops on the leaves. It's always good to be able to get some time for yourself and your thoughts on your days off. I hope you had a good weekend. Maybe you were out and about. Maybe you were somewhere where it was warm. Maybe you were active. Maybe you had a quiet, relaxed one. Wherever you are, I hope that it was good. I got this summer a bread maker, and I haven't yet made any bread. But right now, I am baking a big, crusty loaf of olive bread in the bread maker. And I don't know how it's gonna go. So I will let you know in the next video if I got a good loaf of bread or not. Maybe I'll share on Instagram. I also, before we get measuring you, wanted to say that keep your eyes and your ears peeled. I will be shortly launching something with fellow creator Lucy is in Creative Com ASMR that I think you will hopefully enjoy. So, without further ado, let's measure you for a suit. Now you very handsome, and I imagine that you would like a well-fitted, tailored suit to make you feel like your best. Okay, well, I'm going to begin by doing your measurements up at the top. We want to find your shirt size, collar size, so I'm just going to come a little bit closer, like so, and just bring this all the way back. We're just going to make some measurements. Okay, let's see. Okay. What a lovely sized neck you have. Now we're going to measure from shoulder to shoulder over. What lovely big shoulders you have. I need you to stand with your arms out. I need to measure your bicep on your left arm. You must work out the size of arms that you have got. Alright, and then we're going to do the length of this arm from shoulder to wrist. Okay, and then we need to do the circumference of your forearm, just under the elbow, and the circumference of your wrist, just under there, like so. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna go to this side. Measure your right arm bicep, just like so. Okay, and then your right arm forearm. And your right arm wrist. Okay, and then we're going to do the length. The length of your shoulder to your wrist on this arm. Okay. Now I need to come around here and do your chest size, so just hold your arms out for me. Alright, now we're going to do your waist. Just going to come in here. Excellent, and your hips. Alright, lovely, and then the length from here down to your belly button. On the sides, so we're doing this side and this side here. Alright, excellent. Well, I have all of the measurements there for a very gorgeous suit jacket, which just suit you perfectly. Now, let's have a look at giving you a really nice shave. I'm going to put on a little bit of pre-shaving balm for your skin. It smells very manly. I'm just gonna put this all in and around, like so. I'm wearing the grit leather, so I've added a little bit of water in here, and we are going to gently mix this into the soap. We're just going to gently put this all on your chin. post-shave dew. This is called. It's a teeny bit. It's a moisturising cream. Wonderful. Oh, alright. Now we've got to give you a little bit of a freshen up, so freshen up your fringe. Your hair, there we go. And a little pluck up the eyebrow. Just some of those loose ones. There. Looking gorgeous. Okay. Now, I just want you to relax. I'm just going to come here and give you a really nice cuddle. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And another cuddle this side. We're just going to every kiss. We're going to remove any negativity or any bad feelings. Just going to And there's a big, large rod that sticks out from the boat. And you feel the wind howling past, going through your hair. And on this boat, you are a storm chaser. And your job is to sail the skies, looking for dark clouds that may produce lightning, and you collect the lightning bolts in little jars upon your boat. And in the sky, you pass other boats, other storm chasers, other little fishing boats. They're fishing for stars. There's a little tavern in the sky that you enjoy to frequent. When the boat rests up, you all can go in and taste some of their delicious selection of pies and baked goods, sitting by the fire, watching the world move down below. There's so much to do in the sky. You can go to markets and trade your lightning bolts for something more exciting to you, like a potion to help you fall asleep. But you just love sailing the skies, sailing through the skies. You can hear the thunder, the rumble in the distance, the wind, the sound of the sea below. So that's the little dream I wanted to remind you of. But I also have a very short little bedtime story about the legend of O'Donoghue. You may have heard it before, but I thought it was very fitting for today's video. Close your eyes. I'm just going to gently whisper this into your ears, okay? In an age so distant that the precise period is unknown, a chieftain named O'Donoghue ruled over the country which surrounds the romantic Loch Lean, now called the Lake of Killarney. Wisdom, beneficence, and justice distinguished his reign, and the prosperity and happiness of his subjects were their natural results. He is said to have been as renowned for his warlike exploits as for his specific virtues, and as a proof that his domestic administration was not the less rigorous because it was mild, a rocky island is pointed out to strangers called O'Donoghue's prison, in which this prince once confined his own son for some act of disorder and disobedience. His end, for it cannot correctly be called his death, was singular and mysterious. At one of those splendid feasts for which his court was celebrated, surrounded by the most distinguished of his subjects, he was engaged in a prophetic relation of the events which were to happen in ages yet to come. His auditors listened, now wrapped in wonder, now fired with indignation, burning with shame or melted into sorrow, as he faithfully detailed the heroism, the injuries, the crimes, and the miseries of their descendants. In the midst of his predictions, he rose slowly from his seat, advanced with a solemn, measured, and majestic tread to the shore of the lake, and walked forward composedly upon its unyielding surface. When he had nearly reached the centre, he paused for a moment, then turning slowly round, looked toward his friends, and waving his arms to them with the cheerful air of one taking a short farewell, and disappeared from their view. The memory of the good O'Donoghue has been cherished by successive generations with affectionate reverence, and it is believed that at sunrise on every May Day morning, the anniversary of his departure, he revisits his ancient domains. A favoured few only are in general permitted to see him, and this distinction is always an omen of good fortune to the beholders. When it is granted to many, it is a sure token of abundant harvest, a blessing, the want of which during the prince's reign was never felt by his people. Some years have elapsed since the last appearance of the O'Donoghue. The April that year had been remarkably wild and stormy, but on May morning the fury of the elements had altogether subsided. The air hushed and still, and the sky, which was reflected in the serene lake, resembled a beautiful but deceitful countenance, whose smiles after the most tempestuous emotions tempt the stranger to believe that it belongs to a soul which no passion has ever ruffled. The first beams of the rising sun were just gliding into the lofty summit of Glenanne, when the waters near the eastern shore of the lake became suddenly and violently agitated, though all the rest of its surface lay smooth and still as a tomb of polished marble. The next morning a foaming wave darted forward, and like a proud high-crested war-horse exulting in his strength, rushed across the lake towards Toomey's Mountain. Behind this wave appeared a stately warrior fully armed, mounted upon a milk-white steed. His snowy plume waved gracefully from a helmet of polished steel, and at his black back fluttered a light blue scarf. The horse, apparently exulting in his noble burden, sprung after the wave along the water, which bore him up like firm earth, while showers of